Hey, it's Audeyah. Welcome to 12 Days of Vlogmas. Let's get into day 4. I have an entire container full of product empties, and my entire objective of this video is not only to talk about things that I've loved, but to answer the question, would I repurchase this or pass? In no particular which is from Fenty Skin. I almost said Fenty Beauty out of habit, but this is the Butter Dropped Whipped Oil Body Cream, and this particular item is real done. I am now on my second one, and I have purchased a full size, so it's very obvious for me that I would repurchase this time and time again. I have never really used it as an all-over body cream. It's just something that I'll quickly throw into my bag and use as a hand cream. It's super moisturizing and I absolutely love it. This I would have featured, I would like to say, in a video maybe 2 years ago when I did my Target haul. And this is the Urban Hydration Peach and Papaya Sugar Scrub. It is something I would repurchase. I just don't really go into Target as much as I used to, so I have not come across it organically, and I don't know if any other retailer besides Target sells it. One of the things I wished that I could change about it would just be to have it in a bigger container, because I go through this pretty quickly. I am going to repurchase this the next time that I go to Target, but I'm hoping to find a different scent because I like to play around with things, and I really did enjoy that one. So this next one is going to be the NYX Plump Right Back. This is their primer with electrolytes, and as you can see, there's absolutely nothing in here because at one point this was my everyday primer. The reason I would absolutely repurchase this is simply because I love the gripping feel. I do want to try out some other products as well, but this one I would definitely repurchase because I did love how much first of all, I personally love the feel of it, but most importantly, I really love how my makeup would feel once it was applied and how my makeup would wear throughout the day. If I was in the store and I wasn't looking for anything new, I would repurchase it. This one right here is the Smashbox Always On foundation. While I feel like this is not my perfect shade because it's just a little bit too, I want to say, neutral. Summer of 2023, this was definitely my go-to foundation. It is very well loved, very empty. There is still a little bit of product in there, not too much, but I really wish that they had a better shade. It's not a bad foundation. I think this would be the first product I don't repurchase, but it would be something that I would recommend. So I don't want to say that I would pass on it per se. I just did not love the color. Like when I tried it in store versus when I brought it home, you know, like I got a certain impression of it, but the color itself I just don't love. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin foundation, and I don't really remember too much about this. It doesn't look too far off from my complexion. I am gonna put it in the pass only because to mix it to get the shade that I'm looking for. So it's not a bad shade to mix, but I can't say I've truly tried it on its own to remember what it was really like. So I'm gonna put this in the pass pile as well. This next product is the original formula of the Lancome Teinte Idole Ultra Wear in the shade 495, and this was my favorite foundation. However, now I'm using the shade 500, but 500 is too red, so I can't use it in the winter time. But luckily they came out with Care and Glow, so I was able to find a comparable shade to this. I don't want to get rid of it, but I also don't want to keep anywhere cluttered. So as a foundation, I would recommend it. I would repurchase it. However, it's not for this particular season, so I'm going to put this in the pass pile as well. So this is the Even Better Clinical from Clinique, and if you have watched my videos, my weekly vlogs, any kind of content where I talk about skincare, I typically mention this particular moisturizer because ever since it came out, I've really loved it and I've kept it in my rotation. I would say I have about 2 or 3 more waiting to be used because that's how much I love it, and it's one of my go-to moisturizers whenever I feel like my skin is not operating as well as it should. It's always a good way for me to just, you know, go in, try it, all that good stuff. So I'm going to put it in the repurchase because I do already have so many waiting to be used, but I really love this and I highly recommend it. Next, we have the Even Better Clinical Dark Spot Corrector. Now, if the fact that you have seen this in many videos, you already know this is worth a repurchase. I just had to share the fact that nothing's in there. And I literally have been using this next one, and I think I'm about to finish it as well, so I need to replenish for sure. 𝕊𝕐𝕪 cleansing oil, and this is worth a repurchase for me because one, I really love how it breaks through my makeup. I think this is probably one of the first cleansing oils that I have finished as quickly because I really enjoyed using it every day. I would use it when I had on just sunscreen, and I would use it when I have on a full face of makeup. Either way, it is an essential part of my routine, so much so that I had to go repurchase. And I was looking for some today, and I found out that, you know, they didn't have any. So when it's back in stock, I will be repurchasing this because this is one of my favorites of all time. So it's going to go in the repurchase pile. The Dior lip oil. So this particular lip oil, I personally own this for about a year. And I love it so much I keep it in the bathroom because one of the things I want to do is whenever I'm finished brushing my teeth and showering, I like to put this on my lips. And honestly, this lasted me a really long time. It went from being something I would keep in my bag to something that I keep in my bathroom. And I think that that's a good indicator that I loved it because I wanted to make sure, hey, don't forget to put this on your lips. So I'm happy that I was able to have another one already stocked. So I'm just gonna let this one go because I really enjoyed it. This one was in the shade number 4, Coral. Next, we're gonna get into this product from Dove, which is the Deep Moisture. This is my favorite of all time in terms of smell. I love how it works to me. I used to really love pampering, and I still do, but this one works on me, and it's a smell that I could have around me all the time. I can't wait to replenish it. And this is also gonna go in the repurchase, but I don't know why I put it over there. I was probably just trying to make sense of it, but so far we have a good amount of products that I would repurchase. Next, we have the Clinique Moisture Surge. If you know me, these two easily are my top 2 moisturizers of all time. So of course I had to put it in the repurchase. Now that one is a sample size, but if I'm not mistaken, I didn't throw away the full size. Okay, so this one is the Moisture Surge 100 hour, but I also love the 72 hours, so I like to go through them. I have a few of these whenever they have GWPs. I will typically get some of these, and then of course I'll actually purchase a full size as well. So I like to go through a certain rotation based on the week and based on the season. So don't be confused by how many moisturizers you see me use. Just know sometimes I do it as a matter of convenience, how many times I use it, but for the most part I cycle through these bad boys like it's nothing. So those are definitely worth repurchasing. The next moisturizer that I'm going to talk about is the 𝕊𝕐𝕪 Vitamin C Cream. I need y'all to know she was well loved and she's already been repurchased. So my thought process is that coupling these 2 moisturizers together work for me. I can still use this at night, but I also like to use this at night. It really depends on what I feel like my face needs. One day I'll go through a skincare routine, but I'm still working on my skin. So, you know, I don't really know if it's worth mentioning, but if it is worth mentioning, you just let me know and I'll go ahead and follow through with that video for you. This one right here is the Nairobi Rapid Shine Foaming Lotion. And personally, once I discovered the, what is it called? It's the foam from Auntie Jackie's. Once I discovered that one, I no longer enjoyed this because I didn't realize your hands did not have to feel as sticky as they were feeling. So from then, I just never repurchased it. So I would only go through it if I was running low on my other one and I wasn't able to go grab one really quickly. But this little liquid right here is gonna go into the pass because it's a no for me. And just so y'all know that I'm not lying about the dark spot corrector, I literally just found another empty one that I was holding on to. Like We really love this stuff in this house. This one is the Clear Skin Clarifying Back and Body Spray, and this one is from Urban Skin RX. Actually, I don't really have the problem that I was trying to target, so I was really trying to use it to just clear up old marks where like I was squeezing it or I had a popped pimple, but it really wasn't bad. I just don't feel like I used it for its intended purpose, so I would not repurchase this just based on the fact that one, I ended up forgetting about it because I no longer had to use for it, so that's the reason I wouldn't repurchase it. We have another Urban Skin RX product, and this is the Retinol Rapid Repair Dark Spot Treatment. Now, something about these two are in stiff competition for me. I think the only difference is, of course, the price of it, and then, of course, this one is larger than this one, and it does come in more sizes. I would still repurchase it, though, because one thing about it, I typically experience a dark spot, and I like to get rid of it, so treatment products are always going to be a repurchase for me, especially if I see results with it. So finally, I finished using the special cleansing gel from 𝕊𝕥𝕒𝕪, and it is definitely worth a repurchase. One of the things you need to know about me is that I do not like the feel of body wash on my skin, but some things pass the test even though they're liquids. So for me, I like a foaming cleanser because it breaks down really nicely. This one does not foam up a lot, but what I like about it is that it does not leave my face feeling like I'm wearing a layer of lotion, and that's one of the reasons I don't really like body cream. I know that this is specifically for your face, but I typically don't go for a liquid cleanser unless it actually works. But I had gotten this as a part of a set during the holidays one year, and so I was able to use it, but I really enjoyed it, and I don't even think there is product, there's no product up in here for how much I actually loved it. Is the Clinique Take the Day Off Facial Cleansing Mousse. And like I said, I don't really love liquid cleansers, so when I find a foaming cleanser that works, I have to talk about it because it's something that I really love. So this is top 2 in my foaming cleanser wash options, and I like this as well as the pink cleanser, which is the, what is it called, the rinse off foaming cleanser from Clinique. But I like this one specifically because of the fact that it is meant for cleansing your face when you have makeup on. It is not heavy, it really breaks through the makeup. It kind of does what this one does, but I don't replenish this often because it's not always in stock. So that's one of the reasons I hate when a product is new and people get hip to it, because now it's forever sold out. So I'll add an additional step to my makeup, to my nighttime skincare routine, if I could get the products that I want. So yeah, I could skip a couple of steps if I'm getting the results I'm looking for. So this one is another product from Urban Skin RX. This is the Even Tone Smoothing Body Treatment. I liked using this over my legs, over my buttocks, and over the back of my arms because I realized that I end up with this like random texture. So whenever I exfoliate, I like to go ahead in with that and really target those areas. I feel like it has helped, so I definitely would repurchase it again. I put it in the wrong pile. This one here is the Hydrating Gentle Foaming Cleanser from Clarins, and with this one, I would say between this one and the green one, I don't really know which one I like most because they definitely work differently than the other foaming cleansers that I use. It's kind of one of those things where I would use this in the morning because of how invigorating it is for my face, but I really love it. I definitely did use this to remove makeup as well, but I prefer it just as a face cleanser as opposed to a face cleanser and a makeup remover. Next, I have the Butter Vitamin C Serum. I don't know why I'm playing and haven't repurchased a full size of this, because this hand in hand with this and hand in hand with this had my skin looking and feeling really nice. So I need to stop playing, or maybe I need to stop playing and get myself the full size, because I used to use the smallest amount of it, but I feel like it would make the world of a difference when I put it all over. I have the Kopari Coconut Rose Toner. I'm not gonna lie, I never use this as a toner. I would always use it as like a facial mist to kind of settle my powders on my face, and I will say it worked really well. So I would 100% repurchase this. I don't really do my own hair, but whenever I do, I like to make sure that I don't have to spend too much time wasting water and, you know, doing this motion for too long. So whenever I know I have a buildup of edge control, my hair hasn't been washed in a while, I will go ahead and use this ISO Plus Neutralizing Shampoo Conditioner, because the main claim is that it leaves your hair squeaky clean. I like this because I feel like it really breaks through anything that's gunked up in your hair without having to wash, shampoo again, wash it out. I feel like it really gets straight to the point, and it works very well for me, to the point that after realizing this is where I was, I ended up buying 2 more of these. So I'm gonna put it over here for repurchase, because I definitely would repurchase this 10,000 times. This right here is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion. When I first started using this, I thought it wasn't effective, not gonna lie. But then I realized it was not effective because I wasn't using it correctly. This is not a moisturizer. And something about that realization, after being trained on the product, I realized, wow, so that makes a whole bunch of sense. When I did not know anything about skincare, I was realizing that I was not using the product correctly. So basically, whenever you use a Clinique clarifying lotion, that is when you use this one as your next step. And so this is something I had to find out the hard way that I was using wrong. So when I figured out how to use it, it was very much easier to use. And even though my skin is combination, I do prefer the lotion over the feel of the gel, even though I feel like the gel is more lightweight, but this does target my hydration goals much better, so I would repurchase it. But I mean, it's not really a product I use because I don't use the clarifying lotion as much in my routine anymore. So I'm gonna put it in the pass pile, really and truly, only because, like I said, it doesn't really integrate into my skin goals at the moment. So as I was mentioning the Lancome foundation earlier, I remember saying that I had to purchase a whole other shade because of the fact that the formulation of it had changed. So let me just show you side by side what the colors are. So this is the color that I used to use in the winter time, and then this is the shade that I was using in the summer. Whenever I use it in the winter time, it looked crazy orange on me, but I mean, I just wish that they did not necessarily change it. But like I said, I was able to get it in the Care and Glow. So I would not repurchase this for the winter, but I would repurchase it for the summertime because this is the perfect shade for me. So this is going to go over here. This is going to go over here. So these are 2 of them that I have gotten throughout the year. So this one is the Tropical Glow, and this one is the Pumpkin Pop. If this was a permanent scent, I would repurchase it 10 times over. And I really love this one because it is a permanent scent and I can get it multiple times. I even restocked it recently, and then I discovered that it's a whole other line. So I think I have the body oil and the body butter. Like, I'm just here for it. The smell is amazing. It does great wonders for exfoliating the body, so of course it's going over here. This is currently the most I've ever purchased a cleanser in my entire life. Whenever I have on a full face of makeup and I'm extremely exhausted and I can't really think about what I want to do, this is the only cleanser that I will put in my hands and it will wash everything off my face. Now I'm squeaky clean. I'm not dry. Sometimes I will wash my face with this and not even put on moisturizer. That is how much I enjoy this. So these 2 are empties that I have of the products, but I still have at least 4 of them in addition to the one that I'm currently using as my everyday cleanser. Like, it's that serious and we're really locked in. So for these last 2 products that I'm going to talk about, I did do a comparison video for it before on my channel, and this is the Clean Skin Club towelettes. And in my comparison video, I pretty much mentioned that I would constantly repurchase these and not repurchase this one because, of course, price difference, and of course I am all about value. So Yes, of course, these do have a very luxurious feel, and I mean, it's the original, so of course everything else that comes after it is not going to be as good as the original. I just cannot justify the price of this. However, I've been able to keep these stocked up. They're very well loved. This is probably the only time I've ever purchased this. So if they had a better value set, then yes, I would repurchase this, but I'm going to put it in the pass pile only because, I mean, I'm not really using it. However, with these, I am going to have to reorder them ASAP, simply because these ones are from our med spa. I don't feel like I said that at any point during the video. But now that I'm on my last few towelettes now, I'm going to have to go repurchase it, because I had to make sure to hold on to them and let you know that when I made that video, I was actually very serious about the fact that it's a staple in my routine. A bunch of these products that I would 100% want to repurchase, and very few things that I don't want to repurchase. And I don't know if that's because I have a spending problem of some sort. No shade, no tea. But with that said, I cannot wait to get rid of all of these empty bottles. Like, ultimately, this is the reason I made this video, so I could find these other way. But I wanted to have a segment where I spoke about them on my channel, because so many of these things really deserve love, and I feel like sometimes people don't really understand what skincare exists outside of the skincare that exists in their mind, outside of the body care that exists in their mind. Because in my opinion, a lot of these are not mainstream products that people typically advertise or even really talk about. So I just wanted to, you know, in my corner of the internet, share that with you all. So to conclude this video, I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with me throughout it. I'll be seeing you guys in tomorrow's video. And if you've been following the pattern of these videos, I start off with a vlog, then the next day you get a beauty video, and so on and so forth. So there will be 6 beauty videos. This is one of them, and then 6 vlogs. So I hope you guys are staying thoroughly entertained with each video as days go by. Be sure to go ahead to my 12 Days of Vlogmas playlist so that you can have the opportunity to watch every video in order, catch up if you have fallen off of some of them. But anyway, I hope you guys truly enjoy this, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Bye.